Good afternoon, child of grace. I wanted to show you a text here talking about the difference between one of God's children and one that is not born of God, the wicked. And David says in Psalms 10 and verse 4, the wicked, through the pride of their countenance, that means they're puffed up, they know it all, will not seek after God. Look, this is an attribute of one that is not born of God. Will not seek after God. They don't seek after God. God is not in any of their thoughts. Is God in some of your thoughts? That's an evidence, child of grace, that you be one of His. Say, God is in a lot of your thoughts, isn't He? You think about it. But anyway, just want to point out that one little verse there, and because that encompasses a lot of people out there that are born from above. Yet, let's say, wait, I better stop here. Get my belt on. But there's a lot of people out there that know not what they do, people. What I call them, know not what they do, people. Jesus called them. He recognized them as His people, but they know not what they do, people. I don't know. You ever met any of them? Have you ever met anybody that? Let me see if I can find a text here that kind of explains what it's talking about. They knew God, but they didn't they didn't glorify Him as God. They knew God. And even as they did not want to retain God in their knowledge. Romans 1:28. See, brothers and sisters, they know God, but it's kind of like this. They let's talk about the ball game. Let's centralize on different things, but let's don't get off on that God thing. Even though they know God, though, brothers and sisters, they know God. They know it's wrong to steal. Their conscience tells them it's wrong to do certain things, adultery and everything else. They might commit adultery, but their conscience tells them that it's wrong to do. You know what I mean? So they don't want to retain God in their knowledge. But they know God. They know God. What's it say here? This is because when they knew God, they glorified Him not as God. Let's see. Oh, that's over, in Romans 1:18. And God is angry with his wrath. His wrath. The Bible, when it's talking about wrath, it's not talking about heaven and hell, brothers and sisters, all the time. It's talking about the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all unrighteous. I don't care who it is. Anybody that commits unrighteous acts, God's wrath is against them. He'll chastise His children in this present evil world. But because what? Why? Because Romans 1:18, they hold the truth in unrighteousness, brothers and sisters. That God has people that know the truth. They hold the truth in unrighteousness. They don't want to retain God in their knowledge. These are God's people. I want to make it perfectly clear if I hadn't made it clear. These are people that are not doomed for a devil's hell. These are people all around you that don't want to hold God in their knowledge. You have to have God in your knowledge before you don't want to hold Him in your knowledge. See, brother, sister? He has to be in your knowledge. The dead alien sinner, he doesn't want to. God is not in his thoughts. The wicked dead alien sinner is not in his. It can't understand the things that they're spiritually discerned. He's not one of His. So that's not talking about these people are different people. These people are the ones that hold the truth in unrighteousness. Ever met anybody like that? You like me, you like them, but they don't. They don't want to hold God in their knowledge. They'd rather think about this or that. Some kind of worldly thing. And listen, we should judge all this stuff like with liberty, brothers and sisters. the law of liberty should be with us when we judge somebody, when we're judging matters about people around us that we think that we just happen to like them. Why do you like them? I believe because they're born from above, yet they don't want to hold God in their knowledge. And the world comes creeping in, and they're destroyed in this present evil world for lack of knowledge about God's great love shown forth through the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus Christ for them. So don't want to hold God in their knowledge. They're all around you. Again, let me point this out and say, make it clear. We're not talking about people going to devil's hell right there in Romans 1:18, like everybody in the world seems to think. No, these people, brothers and sisters, are God's people that for whatever reason don't want to hold God. Don't tell me about God. Don't tell me about God. That's going to get in my way. I know about Him. They knew God, but they held the truth in unrighteousness. Look, they'll add a word there on Romans 1:18, say they hold back the truth. No, they held the truth. They were in possession of the truth. They knew about God. They fear God. They have lots of attributes of God, in their character. Yet, they don't want to retain Him in their knowledge because they got other things to do. Until it comes to the time when they go to the woodshed. It might be. And they get their mind right. Let's put it this way, that way. They find out the order of important things, is really God first, and all the other things are next, because He holds everything in His hands. He holds the whole world in His hands. Heaven and earth are His right now. He has all power. Just because you can't see it right now, and He hadn't revealed it to you right now, doesn't mean He doesn't hold all power. He's the one that's got to get you up above this dome, and when it goes up in flames, brothers and sisters. Anyway, just out here, got to concentrate on my driving. Running errands for the missus, and wanted to put out this little message that I put out probably 100 times before, but maybe this is a different way of putting it. Judge these people by the law of liberty, brothers and sisters. Why do you judge these people by the law of liberty? Because if you've stumbled in one point, you're just as guilty as they are, brothers and sisters. It's just that their time hadn't come yet they hold the truth in unrighteousness. They know about the truth, yet they want to go out there and see what this world has got for them. Which I tell you, there's nothing out there. I've been from one end of this country to the other end of this country, hitchhiked, hoboed, worked here and there, seen all kind of people, and it all goes back to one thing. Jesus Christ is God. He's God. You can run, but you can't hide in this whole world. I spent most of my time running from the truth, not wanting to hold God. I spent most of my time not wanting to hold God in my knowledge, not wanting to retain God in my knowledge. I know about God, I know about Him, but I got this other thing right here, on my mind. So I've done all these sins. So I'm going to judge all these people with the law of liberty. And I'm going to judge these matters with the law of liberty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now, what do? We count it all joy. When the Lord's given, we count it joy. When the Lord is taken away, we count it all joy. Knowing that the trying of our faith works patience, brother and sister. Patience. The hardest part of anything is the waiting. The waiting. He's working patience. He's making it pure gold, brother and sister. That take you to the point where you just got to trust Him. There's no outlet but to trust in Jesus. And He makes let patience have a perfect work in you, brother and sister. God is working a perfect work in you. It might not be happening now. You might not want to retain him in your knowledge, but he'll get you in a place. Either he takes you home or he'll get you in a place where he grows you up a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. But no, over in Romans 1:18, it's not talking about the wrath of God that is revealed from heaven. It's not addressed to the dead alien sinners. It's addressed to his own people. Let me make that abundantly clear. Many of us, most of us, perish in this wilderness down here below in the most unceremonious ways. Kids shooting one another on the streets, all types of different things that we're talked into. They tell us that. They say, oh, you're just not, they tell the kids, well, they're just not respecting you. This, in other words, they put it in the movies. They're just not respecting you. If somebody respects you, you're supposed to kill them, say. See, they put that in the movies. And the kids, they grab hold to it. Yeah, he disrespected me, so I can't let that go on. I got to be a man. No, brother, sister, you turn the other cheek and you walk away. And you say, count it all joy. That's what you do. You turn the other cheek. You walk away. You let God be the judge of the matter. Let him judge it. You might be striking out against your own brother. You don't know in Christ. So I just got to get out of here. What I wanted to say is this. Lots of wonderful people out there that are his all around you. You just don't know it. but here in my old age, the veil is falling off of my eyes and I can see the kingdom of God, and it's within his people. Peace and love, brother and sister. This old boy down here in Alabama.